Hi kids, welcome to chapter 2, lesson 2. So we're going today be doing just percents and fractions. So I'm going to switch this out. It should say lesson 2, and we're going to be doing percents and fractions. The learning objective says, I will generate equivalent forms of fractions and percents. And also for the big idea, it says, a percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. 45% is 45 out of 100, and it's written as a fraction. Also, you always want to simplify. Remember those trees that you make, and you match the shoes in each closet? Then you divide by that. You always want your fraction to be in simplest form. Okay, let's start with the first one. Let's start with making percents as fractions. Don't forget to simplify. It's really important, okay? So let's say we start with 50%. We're going to put that over 100 because, again, a percent is a ratio that compares a number to 100. So we're going to put 50 over 100, and we're going to go ahead and simplify. That would give you a half. All right, let's try the next one, 55%. We're going to go ahead and put that over 100. You're right, over 100. Here we go. Now we're going to simplify this. You know, you can make your trees, of course. I'm not going to do all that. But you divide this. If it ends with a 5, it ends with a 0. A lot of kids will say, oh, let me divide it by 5. And when I divide that by 5, I get 11. And this one, we get 20. So 11 20ths. And now our percents have been turned into fractions. And we are good to go as long as we simplified. We're now going to do the opposite. And I'm going to switch my little camera over this way a little bit more. There we go. And we're going to do a fraction and then switch it into a percent. So there's two ways to do this. One is to get the denominator to equal, you're right, 100. So let's say we start out with 6/8. You say, well, nothing times 8 gives me 100. But if I simplify it, I can get 100 as my denominator. I will divide this by 2. I get 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Why do I want a 4 down there? Because I know that I can multiply this by something to equal 100. And when you are multiplying this, you're going to multiply by 25. 4 times 25 gives you 100 after all, so I do the same thing to the numerator. 3 times 25, 75. That is 75%. It's equivalent to 75%. A lot of kids love doing it this way. Other times kids will say, no, Ms. Munoz, I just like to divide it. I put the top dog in the house. 6 is the numerator, it goes inside. You add a decimal, you put a 0 behind the decimal, and then you go ahead and you simply divide. You would end up with 75 hundredths. That is a decimal. You must move the decimal 1, 2, always 2 because there's 2 zeros in 100, and you will end up with 75%. We're going to try these now. You're going to do got it on page 102, A through C, and got it on page 103, letter E. But that's basically the gist of it. I hope you watch this video to make sure you remember. It'll be in your Google Classroom in your math. Bye.